My name is Dr. Pat Doro, and I am your local dentist. I've been in private practice here in Manhattan for over 20 years, and guess what? Santa Claus is coming to town pretty darn soon. So this is my Christmas show. So for all you little kids that are starting to dream of sugar plum fairies, take a watch tonight, because that's what we're going to be talking about. How to have kissing sweet smiles for Santa when he comes, and to make sure that you're a very good girl with that smile and brushing and flossing. So I have two little helpers that flew up north to be closer to Santa tonight, and they're my little sweethearts. Their name is Allison and Stephanie. So let me introduce them right now. Oh, and by the way, if you have any questions about your teeth or about your children's teeth or about Santa Claus or anything, this is a live call-in show. So Bob, if you want to put the phone number up at 247-8090, please call in with any questions you have. Okay, so let's get right to the show. Now, sweetheart, what is your name?
Allison.
And your last name?
Doro.
Gee, you must be related to me. Who is your daddy?
Ray.
And he's my brother. Yes. Now, Allison, how old are you?
7.
7. And do you go to school?
Yep.
Yep. And what school is that?
Cresthaven Elementary.
Cresthaven Elementary. And where is Cresthaven Elementary? Is it in New York State? Is it in New York City?
No.
Where is it?
In Florida.
In Florida? Okay. Now, who is this beautiful little girl sitting next to you?
Stephanie.
Stephanie? Is that your name? What's your last name, Stephanie?
Doro.
Are you related to her? What are you? Are you her brother?
Sister.
You're his sister? Now, Steffi, how old are you?
5.
5? And do you go to school too? What school do you go to?
Cresthaven Elementary.
Oh, it's the same school as Allison. Yeah? Okay, now, what grade are you in?
Kindergarten.
You're in kindergarten, so you just started school. Pretty good. Now, you guys just came to New York, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when you flew in, what did you see? What did you see?
The Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, and now since you've been in New York, what else have you seen? Come on, you were so excited.
Santa Claus?
Yep, and where did you see Santa Claus? What store?
Bloomingdale's. Bloomingdale's.
And what did Santa give you because you were so good?
Coloring books and crayons.
Yeah, I know, and I got a lot of pictures from my refrigerator now because of Santa Claus this year. And then where else did we go? This is for all you kids out there looking for something to do during the holidays. Remember we saw all the trains?
Yep.
Yeah. How many trains did we see?
Almost like 10.
1,000 trains. At the Citicorp Center, they have a beautiful train exhibit that has trains going all over the place, all kinds of mechanical things. So if you want something to take your kids to, and for you closet train aficionados who used to play with trains when you were a kid, go to the Citicorp and, between 10 and 6 every night and go see the train exhibits there. And that's at 54th and Lexington. Where else did we go? We went to the dentist. Now, why did we go to the dentist? Because I am your dentist, aren't I? Okay? Now, you had your other aunt work on your teeth this time. What's her name?
Paula.
Okay, now she looked at both your teeth. She took x-rays?
No.
She didn't take x-rays? Why didn't she take x-rays? Because she said you had good teeth, right? Okay, so she counted your teeth. Right? And give me some, let's see the smile. She cleaned them. Big smile. Big smile. And the most important thing is these children had no cavities, right? And why don't you have any cavities?
Because brush.
You brush. Now, I would like to show you, they learned how to brush, and I'd like them to show you how to brush. So we have a guest that we brought, and what's this guy's name?
Mr. Brusher.
Okay, now you'll be Mr. Brusher. Allison and Stephanie, do you want to show people out there, especially the children, how to brush their teeth? Okay,
yes.
Here we go. Now, what do we do first when we brush our teeth?
In the back.
Right, we open the mouth real wide.
Very like this.
Okay.
Like this.
Always the back.
Then we brush the front.
Okay. Now, what about the sides?
The side of the teeth.
Okay? Now, if you bite down when you brush, it's easier to reach the teeth, right? Now, bite down when you brush the front ones, and then open real wide when you brush the back ones. But always start in the back when you're brushing your teeth, because most children are real good at brushing their front teeth. But you got to make sure that your children brush all the way. See how Stephanie's reaching way in the back? Make sure that your children do this, right, Stephanie? Okay, and then what about the top teeth? Don't forget those. You got to flip the brush around and go way in the back on the top too. Okay, now how many times do you brush your teeth?
2.
When?
And before you go to bed.
Right.
Before you go to school.
That's right. Okay, thank you very much. Do we have a phone call? Oh, we have a phone call. Hi, you're on the air. Do you have a question?
Hi, yes. I've got one lower tooth that sticks up above the others. It's sort of pushed back and sticks up.
Yes.
And my dentist has recommended orthodontia, but I've wondered if there's anything simpler and cheaper than orthodontia.
Thank you for your question. We always recommend orthodontia because it's using something natural. If the tooth has no cavities in it and there's nothing wrong with the tooth or the color of the tooth, it's always great to just use your own natural tooth and put it back where it belongs. As soon as we start altering that tooth with things like laminates or bonding or contouring, we do damage to the tooth. And why should we when you can put a brace on and move it very quickly? And there are removable braces that you can get from your dentist that would make it not such a big deal to have braces. And I have an example of one of those. Let's see if I got an example of one of those. This is a removable brace that we used on a patient. Hey, who is that, you guys?
Uncle Reggie.
This is my brother Reggie. And he wanted just to move a few teeth around, and he wanted me to put laminates on them. So he came to New York. Where does Reggie live?
In Florida.
And he came to New York for me to put laminates on. And I said, Reggie, we don't want to ruin your teeth. So he said, but I don't want to wear braces because I'm a handsome guy and I go out with girls, right? So he doesn't want braces, so we gave him a removable brace. You can see on the top photograph what his teeth look like. Now, if you pull back and you see the second photograph, you can see what the brace looks like when it's in. And he doesn't have to wear it. He can pop it out and put it in his pocket when he doesn't want to wear it. If you pull back and get the third picture, you can see there's Uncle Reggie on the camera, and you can see that you can hardly tell that he's wearing braces. And he only wore this for 6 months, and all the teeth were straightened without damaging them or altering them with laminates or bonding. So before you, when you want to change your teeth, if they're crooked or they stick up, go investigate orthodontics first, because maybe you can do it with a removable brace, and it's not quite as traumatic as you think that it might be. Thank you for your question. Do we have another phone call? Yes? Okay. Hi, you have a question?
Yes.
Hi.
We have a little boy that's 3 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Is it time to take him to the dentist yet?
Yes. It's late. You're overdue. Thank you for your question. We now advocate bringing the child to the dentist as soon as possible. In my office, women bring their children in intrauteral when they're pregnant because we clean their teeth while they're pregnant so they don't have any problems. Then they bring the child in right after it's born so we can check if there's any damage in the mom's teeth and to show off the baby. And the thing about this, every time mom or dad comes to the dentist, if you bring a little child like this in, the child gets used to the smells, they can watch what's going on. So when they start getting teeth, there's no problem with coming to the dentist, right? Because you guys came to the dentist since you were little babies. And so you're not scared of the dentist, are you? No, in fact, we have a good time in our office, and they pay attention to the dentist when they go home, and they brush and they floss, right? Right. So bring your child to the dentist at 3. You should bring him definitely now, because if there's any orthodontic problems happening, now is the time to see it. Children get cavities inside their mouth where you can't see it. That's what a dentist will check, and the dentist will tell the child how to brush their teeth and show them how to brush, so you don't have problems or dental problems with that child later on. Thank you for your question. Okay, you guys, one thing I wanted to do is that, you know, the type of toothpaste that you use, and I wanted to go through some of the toothpaste that we have and know which ones you like best, okay? Now we have, I think this is the toothpaste that you guys use most of the time. Is this the kind that Mommy buys you? Whoops. Is that the kind that Mommy buys you?
No.
No? Okay, this is Crest Sparkle. This is one of the most best-selling toothpaste for children. And the reason why is because it's got the sparkles in a pump. But one problem with this toothpaste is I find, and they find a lot of dentists are finding, is that there's fluoride in these toothpaste, and the children put too much toothpaste on their brush, and if they're under the age of 5, they swallow the toothpaste. So this has got a huge opening on top. And so the kids can use this unsupervised and literally drink the fluoride, drink the toothpaste, and they will get sick. So if you're going to buy toothpaste like this, it's so easy for a child to open and use when you're not around. Look, key word with this toothpaste, it's got sparkles on it, and it tastes good. It's got a little bit smaller head on it, and it does have fluoride. That is the key word. All your toothpaste should have fluoride in it. Okay, and the tube is easier to hide away. Now, the toothpaste we don't want you to buy, have you ever seen this toothpaste? No? I got this from Alan. Who is Alan? He's your cousin Alan. Now, cousin Alan Mommy bought this toothpaste because he picked it up at the drugstore. This is the worst toothpaste to use because it doesn't have the American Dental Association approval. We have no idea what they're putting in this toothpaste. It's got a fruity flavor. But the most important thing, there isn't any fluoride in it. So a child is ingesting something here. We don't know what's in it. It has never been tested. But a child chose it because Batman was the big thing. So please, when you look at a toothpaste or a child chooses a toothpaste, look for the word fluoride to be sure that they're getting that important fluoride when they brush their teeth. Now, everybody knows the name. Oh, how about this one? Did you ever see this toothpaste? Aquafresh?
No.
Okay, this is
Aquafresh for kids.
yeah, and what flavor? It's bubble mint flavor. Okay, again, what's nice about this one, not only does it got the fluoride, but it's got a smaller head and it's harder to open and not much toothpaste come up. But look at the color of the toothpaste. You want to give it a taste? Tell me if it tastes any good. Just a little taste. Just taste it with your tongue. What do you think? Does it taste any good? It's bubble mint. What do you think? Is it a good bubble mint?
It's kind of sweet.
Kind of sweet, see? So, did you see the face this little gal just made when she tasted that toothpaste? You don't want to get her a toothpaste like this again because she doesn't really enjoy it, so she's less likely to brush quite as often with it. So, test these toothpastes. Look how your child responds to it. If they make little faces like this one just made, maybe next time don't purchase this particular toothpaste because you know she's not going to brush quite as often or as much because of the, she's not going to brush quite as often because it doesn't taste good to her. Now, Rembrandt just came out with a toothpaste. Now, you folks out there know about Rembrandt because it's been all over the media. It's bleaching toothpaste. Now they got Rembrandt toothpaste for kids. Now, what's nice about this toothpaste is that Mommy and Daddy brush with Rembrandt, so the child feels grown up because they got the same brand that Mommy and Daddy has. And the reason we like this one is because it has fluoride. It's pretty. Look at that pretty tube. Have you ever seen a tube like that? Isn't that pretty? Isn't that a pretty tube? Okay, and it's pH balanced, and it's not abrasive, and it's funny because it says it's a whitening toothpaste. Well, I hate to tell you folks, kids don't need whitening toothpaste, but they do sell toothpaste. Now, how about you guys taste this one? And they got a little smaller head too when the toothpaste comes out, which I prefer, except this one, it's not coming out, it's kind of stuck. Okay, well, we won't test this one today. We have another phone call? Okay. Hi, you have a question?
Yes, I wanted to know if the laser resurfacing techniques offer any alternative to...
Talking about laser bleaching?
Right. If they offer any alternative to getting bonds or laminates for tetracycline stained teeth.
Yes, thank you for your question. I don't particularly like laser bleaching, but I like bleaching and the other kind of bleaching. And of course, always, if you have tetracycline glandular stains on your teeth, go for bleaching first before you opt for crowns, laminates, or bonding, because again, bleaching might be all you need. And some people are having success with laser bleaching. I still don't think there's enough clinical data to get my approval for it, because I had a lot of problems with bleaching over the years, and I see the problems with the laser bleaching. There's just not enough clinical data. But home bleaching has been wonderful for a lot of my tetracycline patients. So always try the bleaching first before you go to covering up the stains. Now, you see this toothpaste?
Yeah.
Now, this is particular toothpaste is a toothpaste for kids that are under the age of 4. And the reason why this is a wonderful toothpaste for under the age of 4 is because, here, let me take it out of the box. You hold, whoops. Uh-oh, wait, no, get Daddy. Daddy, can you just come over here and get this for us? Okay, the reason this is great for the kids under the age of 4 is because kids under the age of 4 swallow. They don't know how to spit, so they're going to eat their toothpaste. And this is a 100% ingestible toothpaste for babies and for kids. And it tastes good. You want to taste it, you can eat this toothpaste. And you don't have to worry if your child, like again, children can't rinse or spit or They swallow everything. It has no saccharin, no artificial sweeteners. It doesn't have fluoride either, because some people, if the child's going to swallow it, they don't want it to get too much fluoride, and so they suggest you use fluoride, so it gets fluoride someplace else. So if you have a child under the age of 3 or 4, get the toothpaste that it says ingestible, so children can use it. What do you think? Tastes pretty good, huh? The dog likes that toothpaste. Oh, you don't like it. See, you see the face on this kiddo? See, if your child makes a face like that, don't buy that toothpaste again. Try another toothpaste. But see, this one likes it over here. It tastes pretty good. I think it tastes really good.
Like babies.
Yeah, just like babies, like bananas. It tastes like baby food, doesn't it? Yeah, it tastes like it's apple banana. And this gal likes bananas and this one doesn't. I know it for a fact. Okay, you have the top, honey? Let's put the top back on. Okay, go. Got another question? Hi, you have a question?
Yeah, I live in Westchester County and
Yes.
have well water,
Yes.
not town water.
Yes.
Do I have to take extra steps to
Yes.
provide fluoride for my children?
Yes, very good question. In fact, that's my next topic. Thank you very much. Okay, we find that people who, especially people who live in Jersey, like Auntie Poppy lives in New Jersey. In New Jersey, they don't appreciate drinking their water because they feel it's polluted. So they bring the child up with spring water or bottled water or well water, and they're not getting fluoride. And unfortunately, the baby's not getting fluoride anywhere, and sometimes they're not enough in the toothpaste, and they don't go to the dentist till they're a little bit too old. And by the time they get to my office, if you look in this little photograph here, this is what their teeth look like. Their teeth rot away, and the reason it gets this bad is the parents put them to bed with a bottle, whether it has milk or juices or something in it, and the teeth rot from the inside of the mouth. By the time the rot comes to the front of the mouth, when the parents notice it, the teeth are usually as far gone as this is. And this is terrible because this child's going to lose all her teeth and probably is harming her adult teeth underneath. So we recommend if you're going to give a child spring water or well water or bottled water, supplement it with fluoride. And they have fluoride rinses on the market. They have, this is a particular one you can get over the counter. It's Act for Kids. But more than likely for a baby or a small child, you would go to your pediatrician or your pedodontist or your general dentist and ask for a prescription for fluoride drops that the baby can swallow. So you know the baby is getting the right amount of fluoride and not too much. Because we do have a problem. Kids who take too much fluoride, like I said about eating toothpaste, their adult teeth come out very dark. And they have the strongest teeth in the world. They don't get any cavities, but unfortunately it does darken the teeth. So we want to make sure a child doesn't get enough fluoride, but we do want the child to have fluoride to be sure that their adult teeth don't get cavities, just like these kids. They're not going to get any cavities, right? Okay. Thank you for your question. We have another question? Hi, you have a question?
Hi, Dr. Doro. Boy,
Hi.
those are cute nieces you have.
Oh, thank you so much. I love them so much.
They're real cute. I have a 4-year-old girl, and I have the hardest time getting her to brush. How do you do it, Dr. Doro?
Oh, what's your little girl's name?
Her name is Heather.
Heather?
Mm-hmm.
You have only...
I can't get her to brush. It's very hard.
Do you only have one child?
Yes.
Oh, what we like... Thank you for your question.
Okay.
What we like to do is we like to have, well, I asked if you had 2 children. It's always nice to have the older one teach the younger one how to brush their teeth. Now, the problem with Heather is that she must have had an experience with a bad tasting toothpaste or a toothbrush that hurt her mouth. So what we do is we can start, she's 4 years old, I have found you can start out with something like this. These are so adorable. We use these on little tiny babies when they're teething. And they're called the safety toothbrushes. And at 4, you can start back with something like this. Isn't that cute? Isn't that adorable? Here's another one. Here's a training set for safety toothbrushes. And what, no, I gotta hold it to the camera, sweetie, see? I gotta hold it to the camera. And what it is, it's got the little teething ring on it at this end, and then look what, you flip it over, and you got a little tiny brush. So the kid starts getting the brush back in their mouth and getting used to it, and they can bite on this. And again, they start doing, and this particular one, it's made by Gerber, and if anybody, you'll see it all over the place. This one gives you the teething ring with the brush, and then the brush. What a wonderful stocking stuffer for the Christmas holiday. So you'll see they're called safety training brushes made by Gerber, and they're wonderful things that start giving her, and she can play with them, and she'll get back to liking to brush her teeth, and then she'll graduate to a toothbrush. And if you can't get her to brush at all, you're going to have to do something. So we have these little gadgets, which are you're brushing their teeth without hurting them. I do? Oh, thank you. I got lipstick on my teeth? Well, thanks. Okay, thank you, sweetheart.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, this is called an Infident, and we use these on babies as soon as they're born. As soon as they're breastfeeding, as soon as they're born, we put this on. You can see it's got little tiny brushes on it, little tiny bristles on it, and we just rub the baby's gums, and they can bite on it when they're teething, and they'll bite your finger. And this allows the baby to get used to something in its mouth every time it eats. And so when the baby grows up, they brush their teeth every time. Okay, so you can purchase these two in the drugstore. You know, they're very popular these days because everybody's got kids and they don't want them to have any cavities. Thank you for your question. We have another question. Hi, do you have a question?
Yes. My daughter's tooth is black, and every time she eats, food goes on and it starts to burn.
Ooh.
Do I have to be careful for it, or?
Ow! What are you doing?
That's her. She said every day it hurts her.
Yeah, it's time to get to a dentist. On Monday morning, you call the dentist and take her to a dentist. She probably fell. And thank you for your question. She probably fell and had a trauma, and you weren't there, and Mommy wasn't there, so she forgot about it. But she probably killed one of her teeth. That's why they turn black. And or the tooth is infected, so now the infection is starting to bother her. It might be damaging the tooth underneath, you know, the adult tooth, so get to a dentist as soon as possible, take her there, and eliminate the problem as soon as possible. If you see anything wrong with the baby, and more importantly, if your child says when she eats ice cream, their teeth hurts, it's time definitely to go to a dentist, because ice cream and sugar, when it hurts a tooth, means there's a cavity in that child's mouth. Okay? Thank you for your question. Okay. I forgot to invite, who do we have here? I forgot
Frosty and Fred.
Okay, this is Frosty. Let's see Frosty's little face. This is Frosty. And Frosty is a girl, right? And who's Frosty's husband? What's her husband's name? DJ.
DJ.
Now, DJ's always been on the show, and so has Frosty. And the same things that I'm showing you about children, the toothpaste and the toothbrushes, you can also use for your little puppy. And here's Frosty's husband, DJ. Isn't that cute? This is DJ when he can brush his teeth all by himself. In fact, he took that big old toothbrush that Mr. Brusher has, and he stole it. We couldn't find it because he took it back to his house and he was brushing his teeth. But isn't he cute, Mr. DJ? Brushing his teeth? And we even take Mr. DJ to the dentist. Look at this. We take him to the dentist and we clean his teeth just like you guys. Isn't that cute? Okay, so all these gadgets I'm showing you can also use on your puppy and your dog very safely. So be cognizant of that fact. Okay, then who's you have over there, sweetie? What's that? Who's
Fred.
that? That's Fred. Now, what is Fred?
A turtle.
Okay, this is Mr.
Tortoise.
Fred, and he's all ready for Christmas. He's a Christmas tortoise. And Mr. Fred has a girlfriend named Sweetie, and he's got another girlfriend named Cutie. And Cutie, where does Cutie live?
In the water.
Yes, Cutie is a turtle, but he still likes her anyway. He's a land tortoise. He doesn't swim. So they came to celebrate Christmas with us, and they play. And don't they come to Florida? These guys come to Florida all the time to visit you, right? Ever since you were little girls, right? And what happened? What did your chomper do to Sweetie last time you went down to Florida?
He bite his shell a little bit.
And then what
on
about
the side?
And what happened to Sweetie? She disappeared?
No. Chomper buried her.
Yeah.
Yeah, and next morning, Chomper bring it to the door.
Yep. We lost Fred's girlfriend, a little bit smaller than him, because Chomper, you guys are playing with Sweetie. They forgot to put her back, and we went away. And when we came back, she was gone. We thought she drowned in the intercoastal. And the next morning, we were crying. I was crying. Remember I was crying? Because I was so sad. We thought she maybe drowned. And the next morning, Chomper, their dog, had it in his mouth and was knocking at the door. And he took her and he buried her because it was raining, remember? He wanted to make sure she didn't get wet. So they have a very smart dog, too, just like Frosty. So they're very lucky to have a dog like that. Oh, we have another phone call? Hi, you have a question?
Yes, my 18-month-old refuses to brush her teeth. We've tried many different types of toothpaste, many different types of toothbrushes, and I'm just wondering if she's too young for us to be concerned or very worried at this point.
You should purchase that product I showed you with the finger, the baby toothbrush, and just start sticking your finger in her mouth. And she'll get, after every meal, you just get your finger in there. See, it fits right over It's called Infident. It fits right over your finger, and if she tries to bite you, it doesn't matter. It slips right off the plastic, so you don't hurt yourself. And you just rub her gums in your teeth, and a little bit of time, every single day, every time you eat. We like to do it after you eat. It's much easier that way. So the child, she'll get used to having something in her mouth. So when she gets a little bit older, picking up a brush, it's just something natural for her. So I would buy something like this. It's called Baby Infident, baby toothbrush. And they also sell this, I was saying about dogs before, they sell these in doggy stores. So if you can't find them in your health food store or your drug store, now I see they're available in doggy stores. Okay, so thank you for your question. Okay, so we want to say Merry Christmas to some certain people. Who do you want to say Merry Christmas to?
Mom and Dad.
Okay, and what about Grandma?
Grandma and Grandpa.
And what about your other grandpa?
Grandpa Jenny and Grandma Doro.
Right, and then how about Auntie Paula, Auntie Petra, Oh, you gotta say hello to Alice. Did you say hello to Alice, Steffi?
Alice?
Yes, you gotta say hello to Alice.
Alan?
No, you're Alan too. No, what Alan? Alan, yeah, but what about your babysitter? What's her name?
Linda.
Linda, did you say hello to Linda?
Happy birthday, Linda.
Okay, and Merry Christmas
to everyone.
That's very good. How about you, Steffi? You got a message to say?
Love you.
Who do you love? You love everybody, don't you? And all she wanted for Christmas was her 2 front teeth. Let's see, those 2 front teeth. She lost her 2 side teeth, and so she got her 2 front teeth for Christmas. And she's got that big smile. Look at those beautiful teeth. And they're nice and clean. Okay, and then the good thing is that she doesn't do this anymore. Do you remember this? This is when you were on the show a few years ago. This is one thing. Do you suck your thumb anymore, sweetie? Nope, that's why her 2 front teeth are coming in straight. But this is Stephanie, when you were about, 8? How old was she, Ray? A couple years old. And we worked a while, but this gal, Allison, helped Steffi quit sucking her thumb. You were very good. That's why if you have more than one children, have the older child help the younger child, and they'll have much more dental problems, much less dental problems. So this has been, I'm Dr. Pat Doro, and these are my Santa's helpers. This is Steffi and Allison. And we want to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
To everyone.
To everyone. And they were very good little girls. And we know that Santa's going to be very good to us this year. And so was Frosty. She was an excellent little girl. Okay, do we have much? Oh, is there anything else I want to say? Oh, yeah. One last thing I wanted to say was, we're going to miss, we're going to spend Christmas in New Jersey at Aunt Poppy's house. So we're going to say Merry Christmas to Aunt Poppy. And we forgot about Aunt Pia, and Yobi. Yeah, we got a lot of relatives here we got to say hello to and Merry Christmas. We'll send them a tape of the show and we'll all say Merry Christmas to them. Okay, and do you love your mommy?
Yeah.
See? Tell your mommy.
I love you, Mommy.
Okay, and Merry Christmas, Mommy.
Merry Christmas, Mommy.
Bye.
And Daddy and Linda, and I wish you a happy birthday.
And happy birthday, and have a happy New Year.
Happy birthday to everyone.
Yep, and then maybe we'll get some snow. Oh, we got to show Frosty's face here. That's good, look at that. Don't stand up, that's good. Look at that. Everybody wave, that's good.